Okay, so I'm actually on location today. I'm not stuck in front of my computer desk. I'm actually out taking photos. And today I'm out at the Bristlecone pine forest, which is known for its incredibly old trees. So I'm going to go over a few little tips to hopefully help you out when you come to the Bristlecone pine forest or just this area in general. So if you don't know, the ancient bristlecone pines are truly ancient. Some of these are even dated back to be 4,000 years old. So there are actually trees in this grove that are living and are 4,000 years old. So they're older than the pyramids in Egypt. So that alone is pretty incredible. But to top it off, they're also very incredible to look at. They have, gnarled trunks, very unique features that you haven't seen on any other trees. But what I'm going to be going over right here is just a few little tips on how to get here, what to look for, and how to take some good photographs. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is actually getting here. The grove that we're in right now is called Schulman Grove, and it's about an hour away from Bishop, California, which is the nearest big town. And to get up here, it's an easy drive. It's kind of a windy road, bumpy road, but it's nice and paved. You can get up here, and there's even several campgrounds on the way to this grove of trees. And the one we stayed at was called Grandview Campground, and it was, to my knowledge, it was free to stay. We didn't pay anything, and it was nice. We just pulled up, and it had all of the amenities you needed as far as just a stinky compost toilet. But what else do you need when you're camping? And then from there, it's only about a 2-mile drive on a paved road to get to Schulman Grove, which is where we are right now. So there are other groves on this mountain, but Schulman Grove is the last one that has a paved road going to it. If you want to continue on to some of the other popular ones like the Patriarch Grove, that's going to be about a 12-mile drive on a bumpy dirt road. And while 12 miles doesn't sound like a long distance, it's incredibly long when you're bouncing around for a half hour, maybe even an hour, depending on how slow you have to go. So just keep that in mind when you come up here. If you don't have a car that has, chunky all-terrain tires, I would say stick to Schulman Grove, which isn't a bad thing because there are some incredible sights to be seen here at Schulman Grove. So when you actually get here to the Grove, there's a few different trails to take. And there's short ones that are maybe a half mile tops, and then this one that I'm on right now is about a 4-mile trail. Now, if you are into hiking, if you like to hike a lot, this is a great place. You got great views down into, I believe that's Death Valley down there. But one thing to keep in mind is that we're at altitude. So we're over 10,000 feet right now. And if you've never hiked at 10,000 feet, it's a little bit more difficult than it would be if you're closer to sea level. And it's not going to be like a make or break thing for you if you come up here and hike. It's just going to make it feel a lot more difficult. Your legs are going to start burning within the first few minutes, and you'll just kind of be experiencing shortness of breath the whole time. So it's not a deal breaker, but just keep that in mind when you come out here, that you maybe want to take into account some extra time for your tiredness on the way. Now, one good thing about this grove of trees right here is they have some incredibly iconic trees. And I don't know if there's a specific name for these trees, but they're only about a 1/4 mile tops, right out of the parking lot on the Discovery Trail. And I'll show you some pictures right here that I took of them. Now, the thing that's unique about these trees is that they're kind of like lone pines. You can see around this area right here, it's jam-packed full of trees. And it might be cool because you can, walk around and see a bunch of cool bristlecone pines in the area, but it might not be great for photography because if you're trying to take a picture of a tree, you don't want 30 other trees in the background. So with these 2 trees that are just right off the trail, it's easy to get there. It's a very safe trail. And to top it off, you've got some incredible looking trees that can be kind of singled out if you want to get some good photos. Now, another cool thing about these trees is they're good for any type of photography. Normally if you're going to a location to shoot photos, you either have like the Milky Way in mind, or maybe a good sunset, or maybe just some cool dramatic black and white photos. These work for it all. I came here kind of expecting completely clear skies and getting some good Milky Way photos. But when we got here, it was cloudy, there was some rain in the area, but it wasn't a big deal because I could go to those trees and get some awesome dramatic photos of the storm clouds building overhead, and then I could get some cool sunset photos, and then had the clouds cleared out at nighttime, I could have had some Milky Way photos. But it's great for every type of photography. So if you have something in mind, these trees will kind of fill it all. So I hope that was kind of a good explanation of the area. This is my first time here, so I'm still kind of learning as I go. But I think that this is a good place for anybody, whether you're here for photography or just to see some cool trees. It's something that everybody can enjoy. And especially seeing some 4,000-year-old trees is something that's pretty special. So I want to thank you guys again for watching this entire video. If you want to, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.